What's up and welcome to Los Wise Guys podcast. I'm your host Eslam, aka Rod God, son of company, my damn Papa Son Killer, and Dan Emperor Disco. Welcome back, Disco. How you feeling, bro?
Good.
Your
I came
audio
back from the
sounds
dead.
like, yeah.
What's that?
Mine?
No, it was Eslam on my end. I don't know if it was for you too.
Oh yeah. I kind
It
of heard
sounded
that
real
too.
muffled. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, here we
But
go
you want to
again.
start
of
that
course.
over?
That's cool.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
Much better.
Yeah. No, you're good.
All right. All right. I'll do the intro again.
Yeah.
What's up and welcome to the Los Wise Guys podcast. I'm your host Eslam, aka Rod God, son, accompanied by Dan Papa Son Killer and Dan Emperor Disco. How's it going? How you feeling?
What's up, y'all? Good to be back. Came back from the
Henry's-
dead.
Henry says you sounded weird, but I don't think he meant the mic.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. Well, he said better, so.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it, whatever. I don't care what my mic sounds like at this point, bro. I can't keep doing the intro for the whole episode. It's just gonna be a whole episode of intro.
Oh man.
That'd be a random ass episode.
I listened to a podcast that almost did that once. Very entertaining.
Creative.
But yeah,
psych.
we haven't done this topic in ages. It's been like a year or longer, I think. We're bringing back the rate and review, but we're doing a little different this time. Just a little bit different. Today's video was provided by none other than our Papa Son Killer, and it is an NXT Championship wrestling match,
North American Championship.
North American Championship wrestling match, and I have a lot to say. And I can't wait to say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dan. So, do you want to give us a little intro about it, about the
Yeah.
video, about the match?
Yeah. Tell you what, you want to pop that in the. Actually, I could just pop it in Twitch if you want.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to see it.
So people can watch it. It's not a long video. It's like 23 minutes.
Yeah, if that.
It's
You have
not
a
like
screenshot maybe you want to put up maybe?
A what?
yeah. Let me
Of the
pull up a
screenshot of the match maybe, just so we could see.
Yeah, sure. You got that, Russell?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
All right, cool. I'll work on the Twitch here. So kind of a little backstory. So like Eslam said, we're doing rate and review, something we haven't done in a while. When we first came up with the concept of rate and review, we thought, hey, it'd be cool to do movies, that originally it was supposed to be a movie that none of us have seen. Then we go in there and we rate and review. And immediately that wasn't the case. But like we did also say, what if it's not just movies? Which, as you guys can imagine, this is one of those things where when I brought it up, when I said this, it's like, hey, I want to do something that's not a movie. Me, I'm the memory of Los Wise Guys at this point.
Yes, you are. He's the data bank.
And
it was refreshing though, because like we've done a million movies. So it's like,
that's the thing. Where it's like,
wrestling
yeah, we
match.
said we were gonna do something that's not movies sometimes, and we just never did it. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, let's finally just go ahead and do that.
Portland Takeover.
Yep, NXT Portland Takeover. So this match, it's an old match. It's from a couple years ago. What?
2020.
It's 2020.
It's I see 2020.
That's what it says on the picture. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm on Twitcher, so I just put the link in there for people to watch it.
Sweet.
But yeah, so NXT Portland Takeover. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, we have Keith Lee, the North American champion, versus Dominik Dijakovic. By the end,
Dominic. Oh, you
What?
guys can see my mouse. Never mind.
Nope.
Okay. I was pointing to the guys. Keith Lee's the one with the belt.
I was like, I'm
Dominic-
saying
Keith Lee's on the left.
Keith Lee.
Yeah. Sorry, I was
Keith on the
pointing
right.
my mouse at the
So
person was.
I worded it the way I worded Keith Lee, the North American champion, hence the guy who has the title,
Yeah.
versus Dominik Dijakovic. So
No,
it was a
complicated.
North American Championship match. This point of time in wrestling was great. This is where NXT was arguably, I guess you could say, the top of all of pro wrestling. For those of you that don't know, NXT is a WWE show, but it's supposed to be not Raw or SmackDown. This is where you're supposed to go to hone your craft, quote unquote. before you could get to Raw or SmackDown. The only thing was NXT was better than anything else WWE was able to put out.
Yeah.
Because Vince McMahon was running Raw and SmackDown while Triple H was running NXT. So Vince McMahon didn't get his like grubby little claws on NXT. That's why it was so good.
Yeah.
How's it going, Sox guy? Good to have you.
Welcome back, Jack. We're doing it.
What's up,
and
Jack?
like Jack said, this is black and gold era NXT, not just any NXT. This is the NXT. I still remember when you and I went to that show in Boston, Eslam, Boston
Yes,
and
sir.
Chicago, where we saw AEW. And I remember we were talking about it, and I was like, "This is great. This is one hell of a match." It ain't NXT though, and it was like that AEW show was phenomenal. That was one of the best shows I ever went to.
Yeah.
But like a month or two before that, I had gone to an NXT show in Brooklyn. Yeah, no, it wasn't like the NXT show in Brooklyn. So it's like NXT.
I like how you say
like,
Brooklyn.
Okay.
You were like the NXT in Brooklyn. Like
I don't know. I guess okay. But no, it was
Just how he naturally says it.
It really is. I don't know.
Just say Brooklyn again.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, see? Like Brooklyn. Like
It sounds like somebody from the East Coast.
All right, so go ahead.
Brooklyn.
I love how we're from the same place.
Yeah. Are we though?
Okay. I'm a West Coaster now. I don't even know you guys. I can't even be in the cold.
You're over there with your like wearing extra layers.
Yeah,
and it's only like 40 and I'm freezing.
40, come over here, son. It's like 12 degrees.
I will die.
Fucking
I'll
asshole.
throw up on your porch. Just like,
you get so cold you throw up?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
there's a few people, where like the cold just like messes with your thyroid or some shit, which I have. I have the hypothyroid. So that's what I think is happening. But
I thrive. The colder it is, the better I thrive. That's literally me. And once again, ask Eslam how I was in Chicago.
True. I tried to huddle up next to this man because I was so cold.
We're standing on the street corner in Chicago.
Yeah, sharing his shirt.
He's just shaking his ass.
We were waiting for an Uber, bro. My teeth were like rattling. That's how cold it fucking was.
We're hugging each other. Just
I'm literally sitting there wearing a hoodie and jeans, just laughing at him.
Dan had a hoodie on.
He's dying.
I'm dying. I'm trying to get closer to Dan to warm up. He's like, "Get away from me."
He's trying to put his hands in your sweater.
My man was freezing his ass off. I was dying.
Dude, my teeth were literally like rattling against each other. This shit was crazy.
Oh,
it was so windy.
Yeah, well, Windy City.
Yeah, I know. Its name is not a lie.
Yeah.
Wind is crazy though. Wind just like cuts to the bone though.
That's what makes it cold.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. So people talk it's 10 degrees. 10 degrees ain't shit. If it's 10 degrees and windy,
wind factor.
That's cold. Yeah, 10 degrees, anybody can stay in 10 degrees. Well, maybe not Disco, he'll throw up. But
no, if it's not windy, I can handle it. If it's windy, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Wind's the game changer. Anyway.
Yeah.
So this match, it goes on. Now, mind you, this match, so we did NXT. This is our first time doing a wrestling one. I'm very curious to see how it's going to work on our rating. So compared to everything else,
right.
I can't wait to see what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's one of my favorite matches. At the time, some people were considering this might be the best WWE match or one of the best WWE matches. And mind you guys, this was not even the main event that night.
Damn.
There was a better match later on that night, I'm sure. I can't even tell you what it was because NXT would just produce banger after banger after banger. So it's just like, you want to watch a bunch of good wrestling matches? Just watch NXT in 2020.
Yeah.
Or not even, it was a couple years there, but that black and gold era NXT, just uncomparable. Yeah.
Good shit. So I want to start with my initial thoughts.
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, these two motherfuckers are huge.
Yep.
My man
meaty
Dominic,
boy slapping meat. That's why I picked this episode.
My man Dominic, I think they said he was 6'7", some shit like that.
Dominik Dijakovic,
yeah, and like 220 pounds or whatever. And then Keith Lee is
over
6 something, obviously, and he's like 320 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, Keith Lee was doing flips in that fucking ring, bro.
Oh
like,
yeah, they both were.
No, I know, but like like the other dude's like
Pure athleticism.
much leaner. So I can like, okay, even if he's like 6'7", like okay,
Yeah.
my man Keith Lee's a fucking bulldozer. Like he's fucking thick, bro. Like,
The
and
way
he
he
was
was flipping in that ring was just like
I
out of
was
this
like,
world.
fuck, bro. Like if I did
Yeah.
one of those flips,
Yeah.
I'd be 6 feet under. Like
Yeah.
my body wouldn't survive
Yeah.
at the
So
state it's in.
you guys can see why I picked
And
this match.
I'm 100 pounds lighter than this man.
Yeah.
So
He's like a gorilla, just so huge
yo,
but
he's so
smooth.
fucking
Like
big, bro. But um I really did enjoy the match. It was a lot of fun to see. They were both ridiculously athletic. There were like certain moments in there where like and it's just like cuz like I like martial arts, and when they were doing some of like the kicks, and it just looked really fake
Okay.
cuz like the way like I
Real
mean
quick, before you continue, for the people watching this who maybe have never seen our podcast, don't know us, can you guys tell your history for pro wrestling?
I used to watch WWF back in the day. I went, and then on TV, yeah, like Raw and SmackDown, like during like the Rock, Stone Cold,
Okay.
Kane era, like that's when I used to watch it.
Attitude era.
Attitude era,
No.
and then I stopped, and then I watched a couple of live shows with you
Okay. Yeah.
in the past like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and I have been to like 2, maybe 3 shows.
Yeah, we went to one in Madison Square Garden,
New Japan,
New
Ring of Honor. Yeah.
yeah, and then I guess the other one was AEW. I don't think we've seen any WWE shows together. But yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah. Disco, any wrestling history at all?
uh, not as extensive as y'all. Like pretty
Damn,
much
he called
just
my
high.
shit
I was about to say, you consider Eslam's extensive. That's wild.
Compared to what I got, I
That's
literally was
crazy,
just
bro.
like just in high school, WWF, like Stone Cold, The Rock, Mankind, Undertaker era.
I'm gonna fix that for you in a second. But now keep going.
Yeah, I feel like I fell off like before
Yeah.
Kurt Angle or like between Kurt Angle. I don't know, like
Yeah.
a long ass time ago, and then I never really watched it since. And then except a couple times, WrestleMania, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, those pay-per-views that I watched with you for the podcast. Other than that, I have like zero experience. No, I don't know any of like the different
brands
of the wrestling, like the WWE and your WCW and whatever you guys just said.
We know what you tell us pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So Disco, just your knowledge is at the point where it's like, well, you described the wrestlers you described were no longer wrestling when we were in high school. So that's the extent of your wrestling.
So it's like pretty much zero. I don't even know. I know people. That's it.
You named wrestlers that wrestled before we met you.
saw Rey Mysterio in person in Sacramento Con once.
That's short.
He's short. Yeah, he's really short. I was shocked. I was just like, damn. But he's fucking legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have no experience.
Yeah.
But
and for anybody who's never seen this, I know wrestling.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So that's where we're at. So reason why I do that is because I'm a wrestling fan who's on the internet, and I see other wrestling fans that are on the internet. And as a wrestling fan on the internet, we're pieces of shit. So for anybody who sees this and complains, sucks to be you.
Except about what me saying about the kicks or just
anything.
in general.
I'm going to talk about things I didn't like about the match, and they were like, "Oh, well, this, that, and the other."
It's not that I didn't like it.
Yeah,
it's just like when they were like doing it, like some stuff seemed just a little bit slow, or like the tiniest things. Like they were just like maybe like
not choreographed. It was telegraphed.
Yeah, telegraphed, or just like the slightest out of sync with each other for like a single second, and I was just able to see it for some reason. I don't know why. I wasn't looking for it, but I just saw it, especially with the kicks, like not like the super kicks, but when they were like spinning around and like they couldn't really lift their legs up like that, like,
Yeah,
you know,
because
proper martial arts,
Dijakovic in
but
particular, he does that that spinning. I forgot what it's called technically. What's
like a spinning back kick.
yeah, but it's forward. It's like it's
Cyclone.
like a big boot basically, but he's
Yeah.
spinning before he does it.
Okay.
So it can look hokey, the same way like a spinning forearm. If like anytime you're gonna throw a spinning punch, it looks weird.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things because it's like it's in wrestling, it's already hard enough for some wrestlers just to throw a punch, let alone, hey, let me take my eyes off of where I'm trying to hit, or and then do it. So and then it's
So
even double
that
hard
was
when
the
it's a
only
kick.
thing, but otherwise, like they were amazing, both of them.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy, and I want to talk about a certain point with Dominic. I thought that shit was just wild, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but we'll get into it in a minute. But
Oh.
yeah, Disco, what are your initial thoughts?
I had no idea what to expect when I went in, but as soon as I went in, I don't know, I just latched on to Keith Lee. I was just like, that guy, the way
basks in his glory.
the way it's the initial stare off, I was like, oh, okay. He just had that like look in his face, like it's like Keith Lee just had that. I don't know, like I got this, like I don't know, that aura kind of. He just had a look in his eyes, and I was like, that guy. But all in all, just like the athleticism, like we mentioned, and for me, Eslam was the kicks, but I didn't really mind the kicks. But for me, it was the punches. I just felt like they were so slow, especially Keith Lee. For some of them, I was like, shh. I was like, dude, like I get it. You're tired, and I guess that's what he was trying to emphasize. But for me, it was like, I'm just like looking at my watch, just like, and then that was like the only bugaboo for me. Other than that, the high flying stuff was like balls to the walls, crazy. The outside the ring beat downs, the suplex. Like, well, I was laughing when Dominic had Keith Lee on the ropes and his legs were shaking. I don't know if anybody saw that. But
I'm not surprised his legs were shaking. Like,
Big man.
I mean, it was probably the ropes that were shaking, and he couldn't get like proper footing. But
I mean,
that's a big fucking
old
dude.
Carrying big old Keith Lee and then balancing yourself on the ropes. I don't put it past him, but for me, it was just funny to see. Like,
And
it's
he's
still phenomenal
6'7",
that he's
bro,
doing that. Like,
that's
he's
a
picking
lot of
up
weight.
a big ass, huge gorilla of a man. Like, that's
also a lot of weight for someone to
Yeah.
lift that high up. Like,
yeah. His
Yeah.
spine and muscle, like, this guy's made half ant. But yeah, the performance was phenomenal. The back and forth, the high flying, the commentary, everything just like I felt like came together. And
like at one point, Keith Lee jumped over fucking Dominic. I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, that's early on.
Point,
The first athletic
like,
thing he does is he does like a roll, like he rolls over him on the ground and just spit, like basically what Disco would do.
Yeah,
when we were growing up, like Disco just rolled on the ground and
combat roll.
Combat roll. Thank you. Keith Lee busts one of those out like within the first like 3 minutes of the match, and like for I mean, I already know what to expect with Keith Lee, but it's like for anybody who's never seen him,
yeah.
When you see him do that you're gonna take over like, hang on, what's happening?
Also,
something's about to happen.
Also, at one point in the match, they both like when they were, I guess, trying to suplex each other or whatever. They like flipped and landed on their feet, and then like Keith Lee did that, but he kind of like stumbled
just a little bit.
Yeah, but he's still like
that's the fact that he's able to do as much as he did.
That's just
it was crazy. Still impressive work there. Yeah. I did not expect that.
And I think he would have landed it, but I think he just like missed a step or something. So or he slid, and that's why
I've seen him do it. Like trust me, he can't do it.
Trust me, I don't doubt that he couldn't do it, but like it's just like it's fucking wild.
Yeah,
like, it's just it's
that
like,
size.
Yeah. To be that athletic, like.
So basically for me the match, this is I picked it because it's one of my favorite matches.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, I love this match. Mainly because this era of NXT was phenomenal. And like I said, these guys were not in the main event. Jack, if you're still here, help me out. But it's like you had guys in NXT like Gargano, Ciampa, Adam Cole, the whole Undisputed Era. You had like just Velveteen Dream. I might have been there at this point still. Aleister Black, Andrade. It's like I could give you a list of 40 to 50 people that were just badass, and these guys were not like the top guys. And this match, I would have to look it up. There was a series, like they mentioned it in the commentary, and like Disco said, they had like it was a rivalry between these two, and it is something that they grew out of it because like Jack just put in the chat there, Gargano and Ciampa, that rivalry was huge. That's probably the biggest rivalry in NXT history. That's like people still talk about it to this day. What's it called? And you had like all those guys putting on matches, and then one day, like it was like an opener for a regular NXT, like regular weekly Wednesday show. It was like a throwaway match. Like you guys have seen a little bit of Attitude Era, so like some matches are kind of just like, hey, we're just in there, we're going down there, we're putting on a performance, we kind of move on, go to the next segment. It was Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijakovic. So everyone's like, okay, these guys, they're not top guys. Dijak, or that's what he's known on the indies usually. Dijakovic. He's like there, but he's not doing too much. Keith Lee had a couple matches here and there. They had like just one regular match on NXT. Fucking just stole the show. Everyone's like, what the fuck was that? And then they're just like, okay, they waited like 2 weeks. They're like, run it back, do it again. And it's just like, I think one guy won one guy won the other, and then they kept on going, and they just had a bunch of matches. Eventually, people started gravitating towards Keith Lee. His theme song becomes big. Like his theme song, I'm mad that this YouTube thing didn't show it. Literally, you hear like an opera saying "Bask in His Glory," like "Bask in His Glory," and then it's somebody rapping a song about Keith Lee. That's his theme song. So like when Disco's talking about like, oh, he has this aura about him, it's there, and you didn't even see the theme song. Like he is that guy. Like that is Keith Lee. So it's like I love that came across, even though you didn't see like the whole package, the intro that goes along with it. But these guys were just doing banger after banger. They start introducing other people. There's a triple threat match where it's these two guys. You see, like Eslam said, Dijak, he's like 6'7". Keith Lee's over 300 pounds. They do a match for the North American Championship where it's them two and Roderick Strong, who's maybe 5'10" on a good day, 160 pounds, and Roddy's picking these guys up and breaking their fucking backs.
Jesus.
And it's a banger, just like this is a banger. And it's just this era of NXT. You could take any people, man, woman, doesn't matter. You throw them in a ring and just let them go. It's going to be a banger every time. So this match was great. Yes, there were some flaws. There was some stumbles, like you had mentioned with the Keith Lee, kind of tripping up. There was some stuff that was a little bit telegraphed. That's kind of like you watch enough wrestling like I do, you kind of just get used to it. It is what it is. You kind of just move past it. It's understandable.
I moved past it quick. Yeah. Like it was just, I just thought it was fun. It's I did Taekwondo when I was younger. Yeah. Kicks are very important to me. So it's like when I see like kicks, I'm always like judging like I'm an expert when I'm not. I can't even do kicks right now. So
I remember in high school you told me Shawn Michaels did his Sweet Chin Music wrong, and I had to tell you, sir, nobody tells Shawn Michaels how he does his Sweet Chin Music. And I get it, because you were saying in a proper type of kick, you're supposed to take a step forward to get more of an impact and everything. And then I would say yes, but you're not stomping the foot and tuning up the band. It doesn't count.
Yeah. No, it's one foot, like the foot you're kicking with.
Yeah.
The other foot, you step behind that foot. Yeah. So when you lift it up and it goes out.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels don't need that though.
Yeah, I guess not.
They don't teach you Sweet Chin Music in Taekwondo. That's what it comes down to. They don't teach you how to do Sweet Chin Music.
That would be hilarious.
So this is how you get in the corner, and then you go like this, and you start stomping your foot.
The judge is just sitting there looking at you like you're crazy. Take a point away.
But no, man, this match. That's why it's like I'm glad I got to show this to you guys, because I know you guys aren't really like wrestling fans out there. So it's cool to have you guys see it and kind of just see where I'm at, because it's like Disco, like you had mentioned, you've seen the last two WrestleMania like stuff, the main events in particular, but like overall WrestleManias, and you see some cool shit, yes, but the majority of it isn't always entertaining, especially if you're not a wrestling fan. It's kind of just like, all right, we're doing another one of these where it's these guys are kind of doing their thing and they're, you know, I mean, from what you've seen, have you seen a match that looked like this? Have you ever seen a match that looked like this?
I've seen some pretty good matches, but this one, I don't have any like rapport with these people, so it was really cool to just have like
just two guys
and just kind of get thrown in, and the commentary building up the rivalry and just like the pure athleticism, and it was just it was a pretty cool experience. Like compared to the pay-per-views, like you said, it's like kind of like a roller coaster. You have your peaks where it's like, oh, this is crazy, and then you have like some kind of, I feel like, filler matches, I feel like, you know, or maybe just matches for like different demographics, whatever. So it's kind of like it has some lulls, but like this quick, I was actually kind of looking forward to it when I saw it was like a quick 20-minute thing, and like I know coming from you is like probably going to be like a legendary match. So I was just like,
it's 20 minutes quick.
It went by real quick too, at least for me.
I felt like it was...
I mean, yes, 20 minutes isn't like, I mean, just I'm talking in general for like a match. Is 20 minutes like a quick match, or is that like a medium match?
There's a lot of factors. WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, main event, pay-per-view, regular show, weekly, like all that goes into place. Like for this time slot on this type of show, that's average.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Yeah. But like if you're watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, like a big show pay-per-view, 20 minutes, that's like you blinked and it went by. Like they're hitting 60 minutes like on the regular.
Oh shit.
Yeah, their matches are...
That's some cardio.
Bro, and that's the thing where it's just like if you want to see a really good, and it's like, don't get me wrong, this is a really good match. It's a different style of match, but it's still very good, it's still very entertaining. Japanese wrestling.
I think next time I'm gonna need you to send, like, if we do this again.
I don't want to put you guys through a 60. There's a reason why I picked a 20-something match and not a 60-minute match.
Is there one that's not a 60-minute match?
I could find some good Japanese stuff that's quick, but
like even if it's half an hour, 40 minutes, like I think I can do that.
All right, Disco, you cool with that too?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, I'll see what I can find.
Especially if it's like because this one was entertaining. Like, I think as long as it's entertaining, like I
could curate your wrestling matches for you.
I could do 40 minutes. It's like an episode. But like when it's like pay-per-view 3 hours long and stuff, I'm just like, okay. Like,
man, I'm over here. If I get a 3-hour pay-per-view, I'm like, man, thank God it's a short one today.
Like, listen, bro, I love you, Dan, but I'm not watching no 3-hour.
Oh no, I'm not. Hey, you've been to long shows, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Watching it in live is a whole different. Watching anything live is a way different experience than watching on TV. Like watching it live, there's a different edge. Like I don't like country music, but I've seen country music acts live, and they're like fun to see. Like it's not bad. Like the vibe is different than just hearing the song on the radio.
Yeah. Jack put a fun match in the chat. He's telling me to have you guys watch Mankind versus The Rock, the I Quit match. This is an era that you guys are more familiar with. I think you guys would enjoy that. I think you guys would have fun with that. The I Quit match. There's stuff that happens. But
we can get to that, but I want a New Japan or some Japanese wrestling. I want to see.
I got you. There's a lot that's out there. But
we did see some of that with Ring of Honor.
That's what I'm saying. New Japan Ring of Honor. Well, that's the thing. There was I know you said that it's different watching it live and everything. Eslam, I don't know if you remember. Most likely you don't. Watching the New Japan Ring of Honor match, when we got to the main event, you were borderline going to cry because you were so tired, and it was still going.
Yeah, but I'm always tired.
Yeah, I was tired too because that was like I had seen.
Also, at that time, I think I was working like 2 jobs. Like,
you were,
yeah. So I was just like I was perpetually tired.
Well, that's the thing. It was you, me, and Rudy. It was Rudy's first ever wrestling show, so he's like all excited.
Also, I'm sure the seats were very uncomfortable. So.
The seats were very uncomfortable. Yeah. You had just finished working your job and you were perpetually tired. And me, I was over here friggin' what? I was doing that was my WrestleMania week
there too, because like I wasn't your back messed up at the time when we were sitting there? Yeah.
That's how my back was messed up before I met you. But but no, it's like I remember I had seen that was like my 7th or 8th. No, that was my 8th show.
There was a
out
whole
of
week,
10 or 11 because it was WrestleMania week. So I went to WrestleMania. I went to like 5 indie shows. I met the guys at Kind of Funny. I was like, I did all that in like 4 days, 5 days.
Dan, just put her on the mic, bro. She wants to say some shit.
I know. Okay, bro.
Oh man, but it's all good.
She wants to say what she felt about the video.
I just realized I didn't catch this before. What's it called? Henry met John Cena. That's pretty cool.
Right, yes. He does look huge, Henry.
John Cena's a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention my top 3 moments from the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
I'm gonna start with my 3rd moment, and that's when Keith Lee like powerbombed Dominik, and then he like got up and just like yelled.
Oh, and then Dominik Dijakovic just like yeah.
I don't know why that just got me. I was just like the pure testosterone, just like just like the warrior aspect.
Bro, when I tell you that's the type of shit
like,
you see in Japanese wrestling, that's what you get out of Japanese wrestling.
So that got me. That was like just badass the way he just like kind of ate that and just went like like.
It's funny because Keith Lee at that moment they cut away from it, but he's like, "What the?" And then it cuts away.
Yeah, it was crazy. And my second has to be when Dominik did that high flying flip outside the ring.
He was on the chair. Was in the chair.
Yeah, that
my
was
number one moment.
For that 6'7" guy hitting that precision jump. I was like, that's bananas. Like,
that shit was a bullseye.
Yeah,
it was a bullseye, and
one mess up, and it would have been
bullseye. That shit was crazy. And he was sitting in a chair between 2 desks. Like he could have fucked up real bad.
Like one slip up. No. So to see that executed to a T with perfection, and both like wrestlers getting up and kind of having that successful high flying flip from such a enormous gentleman is just like,
because that's the thing. Like pulling back the curtain, it's one of those things where it's just like you have 2 guys. Whenever you have a high flying move, one guy jumps on the other or a group of people, they're supposed to be there to basically catch them, make sure that everybody's safe. When you have somebody who's just sitting in a chair, you're kind of like, okay, you can't just do your like, oh, I'm regularly like waiting here and everything. Dijak has to hit it. Like he can't miss it. Because if he does do a little bit too short, Keith Lee has to now get up, make it look weird. Like he just so happened to fall forward and catch Dijak. If he's too far back, Keith Lee's going to have to like lean back to make sure he gets hit. So it's like Dijak has to hit it. I keep calling him Dijak. Dijakovic at the time, that was his name.
You know what you're talking about.
He had to be precise with it. So that's a really
my man was precise as fuck, bro.
Yeah, that was incredible to watch. And then the way Keith Lee was just like beat up after that, the way he sold it too, like both of them both are incredible there in that point. And then I guess my top moment that just set me off when I saw it was I wrote down my notes when Keith Lee double hand titty slapped Dominik twice
outside the ring.
I was crying, laughing. He was like,
it's a Mongolian chop, right?
I heard something about bear. Maybe I was wrong.
They might have called it something else. Like traditionally,
he related it to a
Mongolian chop.
Yeah.
But I was on the floor crying. It was like
probably called it like a bear claw or some shit.
Boom, something like that. Yeah. It was a double hand titty slap.
So one thing I want to point out, commentary at that point in particular. So the commentators, Mauro Ranallo, who's during that time, before that time, and even now, he does commentary not just in pro wrestling, like he does all sport. He just did commentary for the Paul Tyson fight. My man's like out here, he does commentary for everything. He's like the lead commentator. Double-handed titty slap. That's the name of the move now, Jack. That's what we're calling it. But the other people,
he did it twice too. I was just like, yes,
Keith Lee did it twice, and then like Dijak did it once to Keith Lee when he was in the chair.
Yeah.
But what's it called? So you had he was out there. Who else did we have on commentary? You had Nigel McGuinness, who was a former Ring of Honor champion, badass wrestler.
Fuck.
Huh?
What?
Nigel McGuinness?
I just said Irish as fuck. Bro.
Yeah, well, he's British, first off. But yeah.
Both those names are Irish, man. Come on.
He's going to take offense to that.
My bad, bro.
Yeah, Nigel McGuinness is badass. It'll fuck you up. But anyway, you have them, and then, bro, don't fuck with Nigel McGuinness. I'm telling you, sir.
You're acting like I'm surprised about that. Like anybody could fuck me up right now, bro.
That's all of us.
You just have to hold my nose shut, and I die.
They'll hit you with that double-handed titty slap. You're done. You're done.
Finish him. Double-handed titty slap.
That's my
man. So we had them, and then we had the last one. I'm blanking on her name right now, and it's bothering me.
He's got Achilles titties.
Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix was the other person on commentator. Another badass wrestler. She when she started in WWE, she immediately just whooped everyone's ass and became the top person. She retired, married Edge, and she's just a badass still. Nice. She doesn't really wrestle like that. She pops up every once in a while just to beat the shit out of people, and then just goes back in retirement. But those were your three commentators. At one of those points when Keith Lee hits him, Beth Phoenix just gets really loud. She's like, "I was just hit with the perspiration off of Dominik Dijakovic."
I remember that. Oh, that was hilarious.
That's right. They called her the Glamazon at the time. Yeah. But I really like that commentary too. I missed that team. They were fun. But
he had to share that with the world.
He
just sweat on me.
Yeah. When Beth Phoenix said that, I was dying. But one other thing I want to point out is, did you guys happen to catch any of the names of the moves?
Some of them.
Avalanche, really. Cyclone kick, super kick. That's all I remember. I don't know. German suplex, standing position.
Yeah. So those are all your regular traditional wrestling moves. And then, of course, wrestlers have some specific names, like The Rock has the People's Elbow or the Rock Bottom, which Booker T does, but he calls it the bookend. Booker T did it first. Rock stole it. And, it's one of those things. So Keith Lee, because he's the coolest fucking guy ever, he's a big anime fan. He ended up winning the match with a final flash, which is Vegeta's finisher. And right before that, when he does a sit-out powerbomb, that's Keith Lee's Spirit Bomb. He's a big Dragon Ball Z fan.
Spirit Bomb.
That's the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I didn't catch that.
Yeah. So he does that. I remember he had a shirt that I didn't get a chance to buy it. I think it sold out. This was before he got to NXT when he was on the Indies, where it was him, but as a great ape, from Dragon Ball Z. So it's I think he was referred to as Keith Lee the Great Ape, even. It's just that's which is on par for Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, Kenny Omega. That's the thing. It's so Jack just he mentioned Kenny Omega and the one-winged angel. That was his finisher. When Eslam, you're you really want to see a Japanese match? My mind instantly is all right, database. What Kenny Omega match am I going to show you guys? Because when I tell you this man, he's Kenny Omega, the cleaner, the one-winged angel, the best bout machine, arguably the greatest wrestler to live. Kenny Omega is that guy. I can't even stress. He got diverticulitis recently, where he had to have a good chunk of his I think large intestine cut out. He almost died.
Oh, damn.
And then he was just he was out of wrestling for over a year. And he came out and he was he's in AEW right now, but he still fights in Japan, in New Japan for big shows. He came out and he was just listen, guys, I'm going to come back to wrestling. I might not be as good as I used to, but I'm going to do what I can. I had a really serious, operation, everything. And then
I guess that's what Henry had too.
Yeah, it's not a fun thing. Lesnar had it too.
Oh shit.
But what's it called? Man. So Kenny Omega says all this. He comes back to wrestling, and this past January 5th, he had one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I was just this is him not at 100%.
That's wild.
Just that good.
I'm not sure if he did. What's it called, Henry? It's one of those things where it's he was kind of he was kind of out of it, out of the scene for a while. So honestly, we don't know. But no, it's a lot.
That's wild, bro.
No. But yeah, no, I'll definitely try to get some to you. But yeah, I just want to mention that. But one thing that we also do on Rate and Review, guys, is we rate.
We're rating.
So on our Rate and Review scale, if you guys want to go ahead and give your ratings for the match.
I'll give that an 8. Give
8.
that an 8.
I'll lock in at 7. I just because I'm not really a wrestling fan, so I don't belong recommending it to anybody. But
I don't belong.
But
I don't know. I'm just rating it on the entertainment factor to me, whether I know wrestling or not.
But it was a solid 20 minutes for what it was. It was pretty cool stuff.
I'm like trying to pull up our rating thing, and I just can't find it. It's killing me. Me right there. It's like I've seen the match a lot of times. Like I saw Jack. I think he gave it a 9.5. Yeah, I'm gonna give that match. I really do like it. I'm gonna give that 8.5 on the Los Wise Guys rate and review scale. But yeah, and I would love to be able to compare that to other ratings if I'm able to pull that up at some point.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, no, I think it was a good one. Definitely up there as one of the best matches WWE's ever had, to be honest. But best matches ever. It's there's a couple I could put over this, but still very entertaining.
Nice.
Yeah, totally. It was like I said earlier in the episode, it was refreshing to have something new to rate and review, and not like
it was fun.
A foreign movie or something.
We still got to do Bahubali too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, at some point, we definitely got to hit that.
We're gonna get there.
All our Indian fans are waiting for our review.
our Tamil fans.
Yep.
All right, so I'm just locking these in right now. One of you guys want to do the math on what the percentage for that score would be?
All right. Let me pull it up. So we got 8,
38,
5, and then
no, that's not how it works.
38.
That's not how
the total doesn't even add up to 30.
That's not how it works. That's not how we do the rating.
7.8. Bro,
I love you.
I'm just throwing y'all off.
I love you so much, Disco.
He said that with confidence too. He's
38.
like 38.
That's it. 38.
He said it the way you say Brooklyn, like just this was motto.
Like, you guys tell me your individual scores one more time. Eslam 8,
7.
Disco 7. Okay, and overall that was what 7.5?
7.8.
7.8. Also known as 38.
The 38 special.
All right, so I just want to point this out. Compare it to some other stuff that we've done in the past. This is one of my favorite things about rate and review. So, Disco.
No, it's not. Sorry, before you go.
Oh man,
this is not on Netflix, Henry. It's on YouTube. You can watch it there if that's what you're asking about.
Monday Night Raw is on Netflix if you don't watch it, but he might be talking about Bahubali.
Oh, Bahubali. True. Yes. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. We'll have to check. Well, yeah.
So, just want to point this out. One of my favorite ratings that I always go back to. Disco, you gave this a 7. You know what else you gave a 7?
Oh man, my early years in rate review were spotty, especially as Shadow. I know you're gonna bring it up.
That's the movie that you gave a 7 to. So you would say Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijakovic is on par with the movie Shadow, which you hated.
That's
disrespectful, honestly.
I was still figuring out the score system. It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In comparison, what did I give Shadow?
You gave Shadow a 3.
Yeah, there you go.
I gave it a 5.
That's more accurate.
Yeah. Eslam, you gave this an 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else you gave an 8 to?
I don't remember.
2 things.
Huh?
2 things. 2 different things.
Okay.
13 Assassins, directed by Takashi Miike.
I like that movie.
Yes, I really didn't. I gave that a 2.5. That's my lowest rated movie overall. And you also gave an 8 to, fun fact, movie picked by Henry, A Silent Voice.
Yeah, well, that one was a great fucking movie. Sad as shit, but it was a good movie.
So this is on par with those 2 movies, you would say?
Yeah. I think it was just as entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
This matched my highest rating, my 8.5, which I also gave to A Silent Voice.
Yeah.
By by Henry there. That's, Disco, you still haven't seen A Silent Voice, right?
Yeah, I did not. I didn't catch.
If you ever want to just feel really bad for a while, just watch that movie.
Get a good cry in.
Yeah, no, for real. Yes,
Yeah,
get a good
you
cry
want to feel
in.
even worse? Play Last of Us, right?
Oh,
Part
man.
2.
Part 2. I think I replayed part 1 before I played it too. So I did like Last of Us 1, then part 2, then I saw this movie, and life was hard.
Because Disco played part 2. Because I
And then
remember
watch
we
Whale.
talked about it. Right? You played
What was it?
Last of Us Part 2.
I played both. One
Yeah,
and
yeah.
two.
Yeah.
I remember him because we were talking about the ending of that shit.
We did it.
Yeah, no, but so we went through that ending, Disco, and then we watched The Silent Voice, and I was a wreck for fucking
man,
like
you
at
guys
least a
are-
month.
Life was hard.
It's the gray cloud hanging over y'all.
It was just
Black
it
cloud.
was rough. It was rough.
Looking down, y'all.
It was rough.
But
Gotta watch.
but yeah,
Gotta watch the whale after that. The trifecta.
I mean, well, that's the thing. So with rate and review, as always, we all take our turns, rating and reviewing and picking stuff. My turn has come and gone, which means next up, Eslam.
Oh
You
fuck!
get to decide what we're rating and reviewing.
Oh shit!
So,
Okay.
Yeah,
Big
you don't obviously
responsibility.
you don't have to have something right now. If you
I
do,
don't.
that'd be great because I'll remember it. But yeah, no.
Nope.
So I will do my best to keep reminding you that we do a podcast, and on this podcast we have a segment that's referred to as rate and review.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you what a movie is, and then you go ahead and pick one.
Yes.
There,
I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate
Henry's got a great choice right there. I mean, you love hating this movie. We could make it official. We could put an official rating on this movie. We could do it.
Nope.
We could do it.
I don't know if I could do that movie again.
It's not a bad movie.
I'm good.
It's not a bad movie.
I'm not really into found footage movies, to be honest.
I don't know. You guys are missing out. But
I know that's your thing.
I feel like I saw somewhat of a found footage movie recently with Nadia, and it was pretty good.
What was it about?
I don't remember.
I saw
I hate you with all my heart.
VHS. I found like the VHS side.
I'm a huge fan of the VHS
Some of them,
series.
I saw Beyond. That one was pretty good. VHS 2
that's the
has
newest
some
one.
good ones. Yeah. There's the Beyond has like a parachute one, a little short film. Oh my god!
Because Beyond is sci-fi and horror.
Yeah.
So that's the one where the aliens. Yeah. All the other ones are straight to horror movies.
That one had me going. I showed that to like a couple people. That little short film.
Have you guys
Blair Witch, love it. One of my favorite movies.
watched Secret Level yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I could not watch every episode. I found myself bored out of my mind.
Okay.
I don't think I watched like.
I think my favorite one.
Howard Duck.
I think my favorite one was the Miss Pac-Man.
There was a Pac-Man one. There was a Miss Pac-Man one?
I think.
Was that just Pac-Man?
Yeah.
Well, because it was a female voice, so I assumed it was Miss Pac-Man.
No, yeah.
My favorite one was
my favorite. I really enjoyed that one.
Honestly, I don't think I liked any of them, to be honest.
My favorite one was the guy that went into that like temple and like played the game with the robot.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. The AI.
That one was really cool. Yeah.
I like that one too. I like the concept of that one.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where it's like where I look at wrestling, where it's just like I see like Rudy, for example. He doesn't watch wrestling all the time. I watch it all the time. We could go in there and watch the same WrestleMania, and he's walking in with a big smile on his face, and I'm all mad. It's like the same thing. It's like between the three of us, I'm the gamer. I'm the one who plays the most games. They make the show about video games. I walk in there and I'm all disappointed, and you guys are talking about what you like.
Yeah,
let me be happy. I'm the one who invests in your guys' medium. I'm the one who buys the games and watches the wrestling. Why can't I be happy too?
They gotta make a video.
Speaking of video games, I'll start my final thoughts. I beat Jedi Fallen Order again, so I'm happy about that. Enjoyed the hell out of it for the second time, and I also started Jedi Survivor. I'm still early on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I love all the changes they've made so far. I mean, I haven't gotten in too deep, see anything like super major, but I love the stances that are different. you can. I mean, the first game you can switch out between the two, but here you have a third option. I love that they finally put in fast travel. Thank the fucking Lord. Um,
That
I
wasn't in the
love.
first game.
Nope, there
I
was
don't
no
remember.
fast travel in the first
Yeah.
game. I love that the map shows you the route you took to where you got because I was fucking getting
I do
lost in
remember
the
the map
first game.
really sucking in the first game. No.
Yeah. I used to get lost all the fucking time. I'm like, how do I get back here? Now it shows you like the route you took, and now there's fast travel, so you can fast travel to all the safe points you took and go get whatever you need to get if you haven't fully explored that area. So that's really helpful. But oh, and I got to that planet um where they had remnants of the old Clone Wars droids. I was really happy when I fucking heard their voices. I was like, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's funny.
There's one thing in that game that I love, in the
Yeah.
sequel that you're playing.
Yeah.
I just want to look it up real quick. I know you're not going to remember this. Can you do me a favor and make a note of this, please, somewhere?
Okay.
I'm going to just give you the name of a character, and I need you to tell me when you reach this character.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Rick.
Rick?
R-I-C-K.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Sounds good.
Let me know when you get to Rick.
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying Survivor. It's been fun getting back into Star Wars, proper Star Wars. Um and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Yeah, so
Is
final
that the
thoughts.
one with the guy that's like looks from Shameless? The
Yes.
redhead?
Yeah,
Oh,
the I forget his name, the actor, but
yeah,
he's really
yeah.
good. I like him.
He
I
does a
I
like
lot of
that he
good.
started
has a
that
beard too.
yeah, I started that game on what is it, Game Pass, but my laptop can't hang. Need a better laptop.
Are you doing the first one or the second one?
First one, I believe.
Is it Fallen Order or Survivor?
Survivor.
That's
That's
the
the
second
second
one.
one.
Oh, well then I guess the second one.
Yeah.
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 On the LWG rating here, if I were to rate those games, I think I would give that I'd give it a 6.
For both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's solid 6.
Yeah. I
that's
think I
where I'm at.
enjoyed it way more than you did.
Oh, you don't understand how much more he enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. A
Yeah.
lot more. Because I'd
Yeah.
give a minimum of an 8.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
That they would have for me
For the
they would have
first
to do
one,
a lot to
definitely.
get there.
Because I've played it twice. Let's see how it goes with the second one. But so far,
You're gonna like
I'm like,
the second one's overall it's better. So the first one, there's a lot of issues with like the map and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
And I think I kind of remember the fast travel like being a pain in the ass. So, it
There
was
was
what
no
it was.
fast travel in the first one.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then the second one, I remember I enjoyed it for the most part, but I do remember getting to a point where it's just like, this has to just fucking finish. I'm over it. And I
Oh.
remember like that happened, and I had like half the game to go.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So I was just like, the second half of that game, I was miserable. It's like at first I was like, do I want to platinum this? And I was like, I don't give a shit. It's like I'm gonna beat this game, and I'm going to delete it and never look at it.
I was thinking about doing the platinum for the first game,
Yeah, no, I'm
but
good.
then I was looking at the secret, like the hidden trophies, and one of them was like kick something after it kicks you, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not doing that shit.
It's that frog guy, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that. I
I was
think
like, fuck.
that's an easy one.
I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts, guys.
Final thoughts. Gonna take this time to shout out my beautiful wife. It's her birthday month, and I just want to let everybody know that I love her, and she is the sexiest, most foxiest, most intelligent wife anybody could ever have.
She's standing offside camera with a
Even
gun.
though she makes the most noise when I'm on the podcast, I love her so much.
Is she holding a weapon?
Yeah, no, she's definitely holding a gun off camera.
She's got the deadliest chancleta you ever seen and the killerest aim you will ever experience. I don't know why I turned like different accent.
Yeah,
I love how you
racist.
said accent with an accent.
Yeah.
She got me nervous. Hey, put the chancleta down. No, yeah, I just want to shout her out.
Happy
It's her
birthday,
birthday month.
Vanessa.
Yeah, and
Happy birthday.
We're gonna go party out in San Francisco. Hopefully, hit a museum up and do crazy stuff.
Don't step on shit.
I'll try not to. I feel like you just jinxed me. I feel like I'm gonna step on the steamiest pile of shit now. Like I feel like that's the most randomest. Like watch out. Like
going through San Francisco and not stepping on shit is like going through a video game. You know, you gotta like.
Yo, San Francisco is so hilly. That's the only thing I remember. It's just like the craziest hills. One time I was driving and it's like, you know how like a roller coaster you can't see like past the hump.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. I'm just like going up, like what the hell? Where am I going? This could be like a dead end cliff.
Where I live now. Where I live now has like second to San Francisco in like hills.
Yeah. San Francisco has like really nice hills for like longboarding, though. I would say
San Francisco's overrated, bro.
Honestly, totally. I agree.
I've been there once, and I'm like, I don't need to come back here again.
Yeah, I don't think it's as cool as New York.
Golden Gate Bridge is very beautiful, but
yeah, we actually me and the Weiss family went on a tour, and it was pretty cool. We had like a Golden Gate like kind of viewing, and then also like after that we went to Muir Woods, which had like the big like red oak type things.
Nice.
Those trees,
beautiful,
man.
Nice.
Or sequoias, I think they're called. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, your turn, Dan. Final thoughts.
Yeah.
One more thing.
No, you're fine. My final thought with us talking about places stuff. The older I get, there's less places I want to go.
What? Sorry.
The older I get, there's less places I want to go.
Where do you want to go? What is on the list? She's like here and there.
Like Japan.
Yeah, that's my number.
Oh yeah, totally.
Mexico City.
If Nadia and I go,
what's there?
I want to watch wrestling in Mexico City.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What were you saying, Eslam?
I said if Nadia and I go, you want to tag along?
I mean, if I go, I ain't coming back.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave you there.
Buy one of them $50 houses
we'll figure it out.
Or whatever.
We'll figure it out.
That'd be cool to go as a group. I'm down for a group trip.
That would be awesome.
Because I know Chris
last time you guys see me,
wants to go.
Next time you guys see me, you'll be watching a news report about how somebody's become a samurai. They're just running through the rooftops.
We're gonna find out Dan learned
Ninja Turtle in Japan.
Dan learned Hiten Mitsurugi style over there.
The first time in years, a samurai is immersed.
That'd be so fucking hilarious.
Is Dan the Batosa?
You gonna pull a Zoro, or you like what are you gonna do? Just one sword, two swords, three swords?
I don't know. See, the way I think about it is like when you think of Batman, like a lot of the villains, they were created because of Batman's existence.
Yeah.
So I think I would have a similar thing. So it depends on what villains are now going to arise because of my existence in Japan. And then I will adjust as needed.
I want Dan to use 3-sword style, but like the third sword goes between his butt cheeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I could do that move that you were doing before we went live on YouTube. You had your hands up to the wall.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that's my final thought.
Well, that was fun. Thank you for listening to us Wise Guys podcast. If you like what you heard, don't forget to follow us on social media, like, subscribe, share, rate, and review. Go check out the YouTube channel and all our other content. Thank you for listening. Have a great week.